interface. So input output interface. So there is a separate circuit which is used for performing only input output operations. So in a microprocessors we can call it as an 8255. The chip number is 8255, programmable peripheral interface, PPI. Actually we will call it as 8255 programmable peripheral interface. So it is an exclusive circuit which is used for controlling the input output IO devices as well as the IO operations. It is used for performing the IO operations. Okay, so the block diagram of this 8255 PPI is very important. Okay, you can see block diagram on my screen. So it is consisting of typical 6 blocks, and each and every block is having its own responsibility. Suppose if you are talking about the bus buffers, so the bus buffers are used for transferring the bidirectional data between the microprocessor and the IO devices. Okay, so the bus buffers will transfer the bidirectional data between the microprocessor and the IO devices. Okay, and the next one, the timing and control unit. So the timing and control unit. The timing and control unit is having the 5 signals, and the major responsibility of these 5 signals is used for doing the chip selection. That means which IO device you are going to select. And the next one, register select, and the RS0 and RS1 along with the chip select, we are going to perform some operations. So as you can see in the table, so if you are making use of the chip select and RS0 and RS1, okay, these are the 2 register selects. So how many registers we are having here? Port A register, port B register, control register, and status register. These are the 4 registers which we are having. So what is the use of this port A and port B? Port A will have some input signals, and port B will have some input output signals. And control register is used for issuing the control signals, and the status register is used for identifying the status of the device. It is used for identifying the status of the device, whether it is performing reading or writing, or the either it is up or down. To indicate this kind of information, status register is there, which is used for indicating the status of a particular device. Okay, so these are the 4 possible register, and we can select these 4 registers with the help of the chip select, register select 0, and register select 1. And why we are selecting this register select and chip select is to perform read operation or write operation. That is input output read operation or input output write operation, IO read or IO write operation. So how to select? Suppose if you are taking CS 0 and RS0 and RS1 are not used, cross mark will be used for unused. Cross will be used for unused. So we are not going to use anything. So only if chip select is disabled and RS0 and RS1 is not used, in that case we can call it as data bus is in high impedance. High impedance means always active. The signal is always active to respond to any of the signal. Okay, the line is clear. I can say the line is clear. If you want to make use of the line, you can use. So that kind of scenario we are calling it as an high impedance state. Okay, so the high impedance state basically will use in the case of tri-state buffer. The tri-state buffer will have 3 cases: input state, output state, high impedance state. Input state means it will read the data. Output state means it will write the data. High impedance means it is not doing anything. It is ready to accept either input or output. So these kind of cases are called 3 tri-state buffer. So high impedance means always active signal. So that is ready for taking the data. Now what we are doing, all the time chip select will be enabled 1 if you want to perform or if you want to select any register. Suppose if you are taking chip select enabled 1 and setting RS0 and RS1 0 0. In that case, it will select port A, and vice versa 0 1 if you are selecting then port B it will select, and 10 control register and 11 status register. And always chip select should be enabled, and if it is 00 port A register and 01 port B register, 10 control register and 11 status register. So based on this three signals, and it will perform read and write operation with respect to the four registers. With respect to the four registers. So the programmable interface, so information in each port can be assigned a meaning. So depending on the mode of operation of IO device. Suppose if you are talking about port A, it will read the data. Port B will be used for issuing the commands. Port C will be used for issuing the status. Where is port C? Control register and the status register will act as a port C. Okay, so CPU initialize each port by transferring a byte to control register. If you want to perform any operation, the first and foremost important thing is we should load data into control register. Then only the operation will begin. So the CPU loads the data into control register. 1 byte of information will be loaded into control register. Then we can perform an operation. So allows CPU to define the mode of operation of each port. Either we are going to perform in operation, out operation, or command or the status. What type of operations we are going to perform and what type of registers we are selecting. So programmable port, by changing the bits in the control register, it is possible to change the interface characteristics. So the control register is more flexible, and even if you want to change any values or if you want to configure on your own, so it is an programmable register. So that's the reason initially I told programmable peripheral interface. As per our convenient, we can make use of the ports. So programmable peripheral interface. That means the user can code accordingly. Are you getting my point? The user can code accordingly. So that's the reason we are calling it as a programmable peripheral interface. So this block diagram you need to explain if he is asking, and each and every block you need to keep side heading. So bus buffers are used for transferring the data in bidirectional way from CPU to the interface. And timing and control unit, which is having the 5 signals, and the 5 signals you need to explain the table, and it is a long answer. Sometimes you may get it for 15 marks as well. And you need to keep heading as timing and control unit. So next block, and you need to explain each and every signal. CS is a chip select, which is used for doing the register selection along with RS0 and RS1. And read is the reading data from the IO devices to the CPU, and writing data from the so IO device to CPU or the CPU to IO devices. So IO read and the IO write operations. Then we need to explain this table. So CS RS1 and RS0. RS0, CS1, CS we will read in this way. RS0, C, RS1 and CS. And then we need to explain this table. And next, the example of IO interface is 4-port IO which we are using. Data port A and data port B and control and the status. Port A, port B and the control and the status register. And address decoding is done with the help of the RS0, RS1 and CS. And this you need to explain. And then programmable interface. And these lines you need to write. So why we are calling it as a programmable interface. So this is the depth information about the input-output interface. Okay. So IO interface which we are going to use. So very important topic, and you will get it for the long answer. Okay.